Good morning, YouTube. Let me turn this down. I'm yelling in my house. Let's get the camera going. Look at this. I got a little more light on my face. Alright. We'll go ahead and pause that. Let me step into frame here. My name is Bill. Welcome to KO Bets. Today we've got our NFL show. Every Friday prior to a UFC event, we'll typically do a UFC themed show. And then, I've been doing NFL every week this year on Sunday mornings. If you wouldn't mind, before I get started, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified when I go live. I do an NFT giveaway. I'm going to do my next giveaway when I hit 100 subscribers. So I appreciate the support. Appreciate you tuning in this morning. Had UFC last night. Maybe we'll do that at the end of the show. We'll go over that. No. I'll do an end of the year show. Maybe on Friday. Just to wrap up the year for UFC. We're not going to have an event for 28 days, 4 weeks. So, yeah, UFC's for the most part done this year. And I kind of want to recap the year, maybe recap the last event, talk about what I want to do in 2023. So maybe we'll do something like that on Friday night. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, besides that, I don't think we've got... What else is on the itinerary? We got a recap last week, right? And while we're recapping last week, we can also take a look at... here we go. Last week, I think we didn't... I placed like this huge round robin last week, and honestly, I placed like... pretty sizable bet on accident. I thought I was doing a 4-line parlay, but it was 14, and it was just a waste of money on this ginormous 20 pick thing, and it ticked me off, and it was in play, but ended up losing 7 picks, and it was just stupid shit. Yeah, so I don't know if these are going to be lined up in the right order for me, but I had Minnesota as the first game of the week. They got smashed, right, by Detroit. Absolutely smashed by Detroit. That was a bad pick, but did hit the over. We had Cincinnati And we did the under in that one. Thought Cleveland's offense would struggle, and on cue they did. So we had Cincinnati -4. The Jets we took +10, but we took the Bills to win. Cha-ching. And we did over, which that did not hit. Philadelphia, we took -7.5. Where's Philly? There they are. Really, really good performance against the Giants. We also did under, which was stupid because the Eagles beat the over-under by themselves. The over-under was 44.5, and the Eagles covered that. Tennessee, we had them by 3.5. Oh, yeah, Evan Ingram just went off. Zay Jones. Really, really good performance by Jacksonville. We took the under in that game, too, thinking Jacksonville was going to lay a little bit of a turd. Not the case. Let's see what else. We had Dallas to cover the 17. What the fuck? Okay, if it's a moving forward, that was a clown bet. And we even said it, like, this is a professional football team. Are we really thinking they're going to win by, cover 17? And I was like, yeah. And they had to win it on, I think it was the last minute of the game for sure. They were losing up until then. We took Pittsburgh, and I think they got beat pretty bad. Not too bad, but did get beat. The bet we placed in that, though, was the under 37, and that hit. We had Kansas City to cover 9. Denver showed up. They made a comeback. Kansas City was blowing them out. We did over 44, and that hit. Tampa Bay we took to cover the 3.5 points. But we went with San Francisco on the money line. Just absolutely turd performance. Over under was 37.5. We went under, and it was over. Brock Purdy leading a Purdy offense. Seattle, we took 3.5 points, and I think they lost. Yeah, Panthers. Ugh. Went with Miami -3. Oh, just crappy. But then we got Monday night, New Orleans. Yeah, Miami, we went over 55. It was under. Seattle, we went over 44.5. That went over. And for New England, we went under 43.5. And that hit. So, yeah, sorry. You're just staring at my face. I've got my computer back so I can see the setup much better. But let's go over this week. We got this week to go over. And the first slated game of the day. My beloved Bears taking on the Eagles. Bears are 8.5 point dogs at home. Over-unders at 48.5. Eagles are the heavy favorite. Gotta go with Philly here. I think they're just a really complete football team, and I do think the Bears offense could have some success. Justin Fields is just kind of dynamic out there with the ball in his hands, so I think we can still score some touchdowns, but I also think the Eagles are just going to score at will against us, be really efficient at converting third downs themselves, and it'll be a high-scoring game in my opinion. So I'm going to go over 48.5. We'll have to check, but yeah, Bears are trending towards that territory where it's like their games are going to be really high-scoring because their offense can put up points and their defense is not great. And then because we're going with Philadelphia to cover the spread, we're obviously taking them on the money line as our pick. I should do this just because due diligence, right? Safety's out for the Eagles. It looks like everyone else is limited or likely going to play. Claypool's out. We've got Mooney who's out. So the Bears, I think Equinemius St. Brown's going to be their wide receiver 1. You got Pettis. I mean, both guys have shown to have a connection with Fields, but I would expect a higher workload for Komet and for Equinemius St. Brown in this game. But yeah, I think it's a tough game for the Bears to hang out in, so I'm going to go with Philly. And the weather here, it's cold, but it's not like, you know, there's no precipitation. It'll probably be windy. But both teams, outstanding run attacks. I still think they can go over 48. The next game we've got is Dallas. 4-point favorites on the road taking on Jacksonville. Over-unders at 47.5. I don't know. What are we thinking? Let's check out the injury report. And Dallas is definitely... they haven't been... Like, they look amazing or they don't look amazing. And I think last week, who did they play? We took them to win. Oh, Houston. But it was a close game, you know? But then, like, that week before, they just blew out the Colts. Yeah, I mean, personally, I think this is Dallas's game. They're 4-point favorites. Sorry, let me check Dallas's injury report. Jacksonville does not have the best run defense. We saw it in a game. I think it might have been the first week of the year, actually. If they played the Colts the first week of the year. Oh, no, it wasn't. No, it was. There was a game. There's the Jags. There was a game where Jacksonville had given up, like, I don't know, a lot of rushing yards in the first quarter. Or first half. Maybe like 150 plus. Dallas has a great running attack. I think they just need to lead with Pollard and Zeke. They can't become like stagnant and predictable where it's like first, second down, you know, it's going to Zeke and Pollard. But they definitely should feature those two pieces. And then, you know, it's play action on first down, getting CD open or Schultz or Gallup. Like the wide receivers are healthy again, or Brown, you know. Yeah, give me Dallas to cover here. Over-unders at 47.5. I think Dallas's defense is good. I think Jacksonville's offense is good. I think this is a game that could be kind of high scoring. I could see Dallas putting up in the 30s and then maybe Jacksonville getting to 20. So give me over 47.5. And we're going to go with Dallas as the favorite. Minus 210. And I love just tickling lines down to scores that make sense. So a touchdown for the Eagles, you know, a field goal for Dallas. I know if you think that way, like, you should probably just take the dog, but it's more like a little fail-safe for yourself. Because I do think both teams should cover those lines. Kansas City taking on Houston. Fuck. This is it, right? This is exactly what I talked about last week with Dallas. Like, Houston, Brandon Cooks is out. I think their wide receiver 2 is out. So they're dealing with their wide receiver 3 and 4. Pierce is injured after the Dallas game. So they're dealing with Burkhead and some other running back. Like, what are we expecting from Houston in this game? I think I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take the huge spread against Houston. Let's just check the injury reports. Yeah, so Kadarius Toney's got to get that hamstring healthy. They should just sit him out for a while. It's Texas though, but yeah, Nico Collins out, Brandon Cooks out, wide receiver 1 and 2, Dameon Pierce out. Like, I don't expect a lot from Houston today. They played Dallas very tough last week. That's kind of like, I think it's going to be a different story, though, this week. I think Kansas City's going to cover this line. I think Kansas City's going to cover this line. They can win by 2 touchdowns. Gimme Kansas City 14. How ridiculous. Minus 925 as the favorites. Over-unders at 48.5. Shit. If Kansas City's putting up 14, yeah, I'm gonna say over 47.5. We're going with 3 straight overs to start the day. Kansas City's defense, I think they could get turnovers, but Houston's got nothing. No, I gotta go under. Houston's got nothing. I think it's gonna be a blowout. Kansas City's gonna win. Put up, Patrick's gonna have like 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, and as an offense, and then Houston, I think, is going to be lucky to score once. So I think Kansas City's going to do the bulk of the lifting this game. Detroit Lions taking on the New York Jets. Detroit 1.5 point dogs on the road. We've got Zach Wilson injured, so or not Zach Wilson. Mike White is injured, right, for New York. Yep, Mike White, ribs out. Corey Davis is out with a concussion, so we've got Zach Wilson starting. On the Lions side of the ball, I mean, for the most part, healthy. Man, the Lions are rolling. And I gotta go with Detroit as the road dog. I know the Jets have a really good football team, really well, like great defense. I think they've got a lot of great weapons offensively. I like Mike White and how he distributes the ball. But yeah, give me Detroit. They're just rolling. I think they're playing really good football. They are the dogs. I think it is kind of like a pick-em, so might as well go with the dog odds. Over-unders have 44. I'm going to say over. Detroit's defense is not great. It's been playing a lot better. The Jets' defense is pretty good, but I think Detroit's offense is just... I like how Jared Goff's distributing the ball also. Yeah, give me Detroit. Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. I think that injury report was up here. Yep. Falcons rolling into this fairly healthy. A guard is out. Let's see, for the Saints, any key people out? A couple of defensive players. Yeah, I think this is going to be a run-heavy approach from both of these teams. Atlanta's been surprising this year, how good they've been. I think they've surprised a lot of people. They dealt Calvin Ridley too, to Jacksonville. So interested to see what they got back in that deal. We'll look that up after. Sorry, I was trying to remember the person's name who I said. Calvin Ridley. Jacksonville. Trade. Anyways, this is a game, like, I'll go over the picks I really am most confident in the game lines that I like, but this is one I just don't have a real good read on. I think the Saints are a talented football team. It kind of surprises me how poorly they've performed. They're the home team. I don't know if I love the line of 4.5 points. I'm going to go with Atlanta to cover 4.5. But I think New Orleans wins this game at minus 205. I think they win by a field goal, but I think it's a really close game. Over-unders at 43.5. I'm going to say it goes under 43.5. I think for the Saints to win football games, they kind of, they've got a great running attack, right? But it's got to be, like this 16-17 game back here, 13-0. Jeez. Yeah, so I think it's got to be a lower scoring game for them to beat Atlanta. And then for Atlanta, I think, rely on Cordarrelle Patterson, that run game. Don't turn the ball over, and you should be in really good shape to cover. Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Carolina at Carolina. Carolina surprised me last week with that win against Seattle. Might have been in Seattle too. Yeah, I believe it was. Terrific win. They're taking on Pittsburgh, who's... We got to check the injury report on this one. I believe it was down. Yeah. So I guess offensively, Johnson's playing. Harris is playing. He was a full participant. Kenny Pickett is doubtful. So we've got Trubisky in at QB, and Trubisky was bad, right? Distributing the ball last week. Did he have 3 picks? I think it all in the first half too. 3 interceptions. Not great. But the Ravens defense is very good. I do think that Carolina's defense has been very respectable too. I'm going to go with under 37.5. That's the first pick I'm going to make. And then I think Carolina wins this game. I think, unfortunately, Trubisky's he is very turnover prone. I like the line, 2.5 field goal in Carolina's favor. So I'm going to go with Carolina. Probably not going to bet on this game or the game before. Just don't want to bet on teams that aren't playing really well. Carolina's playing better, but still don't feel really comfortable betting on that. New England Patriots on the road taking on the Raiders. Raiders have been in a lot of close games. They're kind of rolling lately. Yeah, beat Denver, beat Seattle, beat the Chargers, then lost to the Rams. Awful performance against the Rams. And then New England, they had the nice game against Arizona, but they haven't been really playing great as of late. Lost to Minnesota. Buffalo, that's understandable. Yeah, what do we think here? I feel like I'm wondering why the Patriots are underdogs. Parker's out. I think Myers is questionable. Like, maybe we got to watch the status of the wide receivers, right? If New England's without wide receivers. Damian Harris, I think, is out. I think he's already been marked down as out. Ramondre Stevenson. So, yeah, I guess the offense is pretty banged up for the Patriots. And the Raiders, in all honesty. Like, they've been, they haven't, they've come short of expectations. So, I gotta go with the Patriots, though, in this game. I'm kind of confused why. I mean, maybe I guess it's because the Raiders are at home, but Patriots have good defense. I don't think they can necessarily stop Devontae Adams or stop Josh Jacobs, from scoring. They could each have a touchdown, but I think they could cover. I think Derek Carr makes a mistake in this game. Over-unders at 45. I'll go under 45 just because I think that's New England's recipe for victory. And we're going to go with the dog, New England, at plus 110. The next game we've got is Arizona taking on Denver. Denver, that offense kind of woke up, featuring Jerry Jeudy. They got rid of that running back, Melvin Gordon. Who's their running back? Sorry, I'm clearing my throat in the microphone. That's kind of gross. Marlon Mack, right? Yeah, he was playing last week. And I think Mike Boone plays as well. Yeah, but Denver's offense kind of woke up a little bit last week. I know Kyler Murray's done for the year. I think he had the non-contact injury. I believe it's an ACL, they said. So he's done for the year. But Russell Wilson's out with the concussion. Holy shit. That's right. He got concussed last game. So who is starting? Broncos. Yeah. Brett Ripien. Damn, I'm going to take Jerry Jeudy out of my fantasy lineup. I didn't realize Russ Wilson was hurt. And Marlon Mack, Latavius Murray are the running backs. Yikes. But Arizona's got Colt McCoy. Jeez. This is what's the injury report look like? Marquise Brown, questionable illness. Broncos, Cortland Sutton's out. Hinton's out. So, I mean, all they have is Jerry Jeudy. But who the hell is this guy? Brett Ripien distributing the ball. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Denver here. I think Arizona's just kind of dysfunctional, and I don't know, maybe Denver rallies behind Ripien, run heavy approach. I expect it to be a low-scoring game. Arizona's going to need to run a lot too. But yeah, give me Denver, 2-point favorites. Denver, money line, -130. And over-unders at 37. Let's go low-scoring, under 37. Cincinnati, 3.5-point favorites against Tampa. I gotta fade Tampa. Tampa is just not. Why am I? So they beat the Saints. They lose to San Francisco, and San Francisco's just good, right? They're just really good. But yeah, I gotta go with Cincinnati here. Over-unders at 47 points. I'm gonna go with under 47. I think this is a little bit more of a defensive showdown. Like the Cincinnati's on the road. I think the Buccaneers, I think their defense is very respectable. I think they can hold Cincinnati's offense somewhat in check, and then Tampa Bay, they just haven't been that good offensively all year, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with Cincinnati as the road dog. I don't know if I can bet on Cincinnati, though, in this game. Again, I'll rank confidence as far as picks, but yeah, I don't know. We've got Tennessee taking on the Chargers. A wide receiver's out. Another one. Hilliard's out. So we got probably a big game ahead from Derrick Henry. Tannehill was a full participant on the Chargers side of the ball. I don't think Callahan's going to play, Bryce Callahan. Mike Williams is playing. The offense is finally healthy for the Chargers. It's a good game. I think the Chargers is who's going to be my pick. I think they're just the better football team. And like I said, they are getting healthy on the offensive side of the ball. So give me the Chargers here. Defensively, they just got to kind of hold Derrick Henry somewhat in check, and that's easier said than done. Yeah, they're going to have to play a good game defensively, for sure. Derwin James is still out, but they still got Bosa and Mack on the line, so I think they can win this game. And I'm going to go with them, obviously, on the money line as well at -145. Over-under is at 46.5 points. I'm going to go with over. I think it could be like a 28-21 game, 28-24 game. Yeah, I'm going to go with over 46.5. The next game of the day, Sunday Night Football. That's what the poll was for. Let's see what's going on. Why can't I get the... Oh, here we go. And the poll. I think it said Giants. Giants was the result. So we've got the Giants, 4.5-point dogs on the road taking on the Washington Commanders. Both teams winning record, same record heading into this. New York, they obviously feature Saquon offensively. Looking at their defense, yeah, it seems like they've got some injuries here defensively. A couple of cornerbacks that might not play. I think Slayton, is he done for the year? Oh no, Slayton's playing. Oh, Sterling's done for the year. But Slayton's playing today. I don't think he played last week. So that's good. That's a good sign. On the Washington side of the ball, Washington's defense has been very good lately. Let's check it out here. I think they had a bye week. Whoa. They played to a tie? But Washington was down in that game, it looks like. They were up, they were down. Yeah, it's going to be a close game for sure. So I guess I'm going to go with the New York Giants to cover. Plus 4.5. And Washington's at home. Give me them to win by like a field goal. Minus 215. Over-unders at 40.5. Gosh, and they put up 40 in their last game, right? We just said that. Give me under 40.5. Defensive showdown again. And then we've got Monday night, and we're going to wrap it up. We've got the Packers at home taking on the Rams. Baker Mayfield should be starting again for the Rams. Yeah, Wolford's out. Aaron Donald's out. He might retire. I know he was talking about it after the Super Bowl. He might retire, though. Got to keep an eye on Aaron Jones, but do have a nice backup. And then Rodgers was a full participant. Give me the Packers in this spot. I like them to win. Over-unders at 39.5. I guess we're going to go with the under trend for prime time and just do under. But that's low scoring. That's very low scoring. Don't feel comfortable laying money on that. Green Bay, obviously going with them on the money line. Damn, Argentina's up 2-0. I picked France to win it all. That'll be crazy. That'll be Messi's first ever World Cup. So that'll be good for him. Good for him. Let's see. So we've got Philadelphia. I like Philly in this spot a lot. But again, probably going to tickle that 8.5 down. Or not to 7.5. To 6.5. Just to get the touchdown. I like the over in this game. I've explained it. Bears offense can score. They can't stop anyone. Eagles, really good offense. I expect them to put up a lot of points. I like Dallas in this spot. I'd probably tickle it to 2.5. Just in case. But I like them to bounce back this game. Have a good defensive showing. I did say over 48. I like the offense to perform this game as well. Kansas City in this spot. I'm gonna just have to say no bet. Went with Dallas, 17 points last week against Houston. Kansas City this week. I'm not saying Kansas City's not like a better football team than Dallas, but I don't know. I just feel like it's a big line to cover. Houston is really banged up. I just don't feel comfortable really betting on either team in this scenario. I'd maybe do 9.5 for KC in like a round robin, but I don't know. Don't really have a good read on this Detroit, New York line, Atlanta, New Orleans, Pittsburgh, Carolina. Part of me likes the under in this game, but part of me thinks like, who knows? So, don't love the Patriots, Arizona, Denver. I like Cincinnati in this spot, but I don't know if I feel comfortable betting the 3.5 or even 2.5. Like, I like them. I think I like the Chargers more, so I'm gonna remove that Cincinnati pick. I like the Chargers. I like the Packers. I would probably tickle them to 6.5 here for tomorrow. Shoot. Maybe even just to be safe. That. So I think I just want to take it easy today. If I were to add any other picks, it would be Kansas City 9.5. Maybe I'd take a stab on an underdog pick like the Patriots, Detroit. Yeah, like maybe I would do something like that. That doesn't sound so bad. That gets me to 8 picks for the weekend. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, and thanks, Bobby, for putting your Draftkings picks. Let me log into my Draftkings here. This email's... I gotta switch emails because that's an old email. I gotta allow that. I had such a sick lineup for Draftkings last night until that Bobby Green got KO'd. And yeah, I just had a really good lineup. So, Bobby, you said you got D. Ritter. Oh, Desmond Ritter's starting. Interesting. Rookie, right? Yeah, I think I might spend money at QB. You have Derrick Henry. I have Derrick Henry. I'm going with Pollard. Jamal Williams. Detroit's taking on the Jets, we said. So what are our biggest over-under lines? It's Philly, Chicago at 48.5, Dallas and Jacksonville at 47.5, Kansas City and Houston at 47.5, Cincinnati and Tampa at 47, and then the last one I'll point out, New England and the Raiders I picked the over in the Dallas, Jacksonville, and Philadelphia, Chicago game, so maybe that's where I should focus a little bit. I did Chris Moore for Houston because I think they're going to get down, and he's going to be serving as their wide receiver 1. Had 11 targets last week. Yeah, I want to take Jerry Jeudy out. Oh, here's where I had it. I don't think you can really... There we go. So I want to take out Jerry Jeudy just because I don't really trust that quarterback. This is the starting running back for Houston today. More of a pass-catching back. I don't know if it's wise to have 2 Houston players. I kind of like the wide receiver more simply because of the price tag. Who else do you have? You have Dalton Schultz, Amari Rogers, A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase, Freemuth, Denver Broncos. Yeah, I like Denver's defense today. Yeah, I love Garrett Wilson, but I like him so much more with Mike White distributing the ball. Let's see. For like another wide receiver, I kind of like Equinemius St. Brown, but it's Philadelphia, right? Strong defense, but Justin Fields is going to have to throw to someone, and I think St. Brown's in line maybe for the largest target share. Pretty cheap price tag. I'm going to highlight him and then see how much money I have left to spend. $7,200. I could add Miles Sanders to my lineup for Philadelphia. I kind of like that. I could even upgrade a wide receiver. I do kind of like a I do kind of like the idea of Miles Sanders. The dude's been definitely more of a touchdown machine this year. Let's see what his latest 2 touchdowns last week, 1 touchdown the week before, 2. What you betting on? Oh, so we're just looking at right now my a daily fantasy lineup. 100 subs is next. That's right. That's right, Juice TV. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is pretty compelling shit though. When I'm just like fumbling over my lineup here. Let me I think I'm gonna go with I liked Miles Sanders. I got 700 left. Could I? No, I can't do Hurts. I do think Fields could have a turnover today. Let's see. St. Brown. What else we got? Conklin. I could upgrade to... I kind of like Conklin. I don't know why. Kind of like Conklin. Equinemius, St. Brown, Broncos, Pollard, Keenan Allen. I could upgrade Keenan Allen, but I kind of want to keep him with Herbert, have that duo. Yeah, I should upgrade St. Brown, perhaps. Take Robert. Oh, I could take I think he only had the 1 reception, though. Yeah, 2 targets, 1 reception last week. That big-ass touchdown. Man. Is Brovada different than Bovada? Juice TV? Fuck you, Robert. Only I'm a Bears fan. I can say that. Defense that can't stop the run. Unreal, Robert. Robert Woods has been bad. Speaking of Robert, very underwhelming. I've taken Scantling the past few weeks. Like the past 2 weeks. Awful. Hasn't been helping me out any. Auto. Okay, same thing. Yeah, I used Bovada a lot. I use Draftkings. I don't know where you're from, but I'm in the Chicagoland, Illinois. It's legal. So I use Draftkings, but I use their sports book, and I use it for the daily fantasy. But I think I'm going to go with St. Brown, and I think I'm going to upgrade my tight end is what I'm going to do. That's a risky pick, St. Brown. But we can definitely upgrade the tight end a little bit. Like even Evan Ingram had a monster week last week. If he's going to get double-digit targets at that price tag, let's do it. I'm assigning my lineup. Good luck, Bobby. Good luck, Bobby. Did it upgrade? Or update? Let's see. Or did I just enter another lineup? I'll have to check it out on my phone. It's weird. The app's a little bit more intuitive than the website. Yeah, they do a lot of specials on DraftKings. So in the sports book, let me adjust this so you can see kind of the top there. Let's see. So promos, they just do a lot more promos, I think, than what I previously was used to on Bovada. Oh yeah. Enter a dream vacation? Are you kidding me? Entered. Okay. They usually give you in the promo, they also usually give you rewards. They give you, there's specials all the time. So there's probably like same game specials, that sort of stuff. I don't do the missions or anything like that, but let's go back to the sports book. So 4 combined passing touchdowns for Burrow and Brady today. Stepped up to 125. I've hit some good... There's been some solid NBA ones. Yeah, let's check. France tied it! It's 2-2? Are you kidding me? France is the best. Alright, yeah, so like Giannis double-doubles sometimes get boosted to plus 100 odds, like LeBron, Donovan Mitchell, and KD to score 20 points each gets boosted to plus 100 odds. It's just, there's some good deals for sure. I wish I could get into the casino. That would be sick, but can't do that, unfortunately. France tied it? Holy shit. I gotta go watch this. All right, everyone, have a terrific Sunday. Good luck betting. Juice TV, appreciate you tuning in. If you wouldn't mind subscribing if you haven't. Would love to see you back. We do a UFC show typically on Fridays. We don't have UFC for a while, but I'm going to do an end of the year show, I think, next week, and maybe talk about some early fights in 2023 that there's lines on, just so we can get some bets in early if there's any line action late. Yeah, but have a great day, everyone. I will talk to you on Friday. Yeah, we'll do a brief little show, maybe 30 minutes next Friday. All right, have a great weekend.